What's up, fellow YouTubers? Just got done filming a badass live stream. Cheers. People on the internet are so quick to call me an e-bagger, it's laughable. Well, for starters, I don't agree with the term e-bagger. It's just one of those made up, you know. And then they want to go on about how I restrict their freedom of speech. When you're paying for internet, it's not free speech, is it? If you're paying $49.95 a month for internet, it's not free speech, is it? No, it's not. Like, I'll get people who spam my buddy Darth Linney's YouTube videos with hatred. They don't even care about the live stream. They're just there to talk shit on me. And it's pathetic. And nothing pisses people off more than getting banned on a video. It pisses them off so much that they have this irresistible urge to create another account just so they can say the same shit again. And at some point you have to ask yourself, who's the bigger troll? The person doing the banning or the person talking shit? See, it's like I get to play with my trolls before, It's like I get to play with my trolls before I slay them. And the sad part of it is, YouTube, is they don't realize it until it's too late. Yep. I don't showcase everything that I do in my life, but there are a select few moments that I do showcase. Now, the knock on the door you heard at the end of my last live stream was one of my neighbors coming over to see if I had a couple cigarettes that I could spare. I says, I certainly do. Yep. I don't care if they're my neighbor or not. If someone comes up to me and says, hey man, you got a smoke you could spare, or, you know, I help out when I can, dude. If people are like, hey man, you got an extra roll of toilet paper? Like, dude, been there, done that. Yeah, I do, here you go, you know, and that's how the world should be. Is if you see your fellow human struggling and they ask for your help, then you offer it. You know, if they don't ask for your help, then don't give it to them. But you'd be surprised, the world we lived in, where people were more focused on helping each other instead of hurting each other, it'd be a much better place. Now, when I was much younger, much younger, if I didn't like you, I bullied you. But only if you bullied and pestered me. These days, if I don't like you, then I don't, you know, talk with you. You know. If I make an effort to say what's up, then, you know, I might consider you an acquaintance or a friend or what have you, you know? Sometimes people are just busy, living their life and what have you. So, there's that. But yeah, on my live stream earlier, people were calling me an e-bagger, but I make badass merchandise. I'm an affiliate for Tactical Soap. And the testimony I'm hearing from friends and fans and family, they're like, hey, this shit's badass. In fact, for Christmas last year, I got my dad a bar of Tactical Soap. And being the gentleman that he is, I had a couple kinds to pick from, and he asked my stepmom, he says, which one do you think smells the best? And she picked one, and that was the one he chose. Not to mention, my grandparents and great-grandparents also got a bar of Tactical Soap. Huh? Yeah. Aunts, uncles, etc. You know what I'm saying? Because that's like one of the best Christmas gifts you could give anyone, to be quite honest. Adds a little spark to the relationship, it does. I got relatives that are a little bit older, and, that helps add something fun and spontaneous to their relationship with their other half. You can use Tactical Soap as a marital aid. That's no bullshit. And this is stuff they've never even heard of. They're like, Tactical Soap, what is this? And I've never seen a group of people try so hard to fuck with me. It's laughable at this point. Like, I've seen people go to great lengths to troll me, and it's like, how sad is your life that even when I'm 4 steps ahead of you, you're still trying? It's admirable and pathetic at the same time. People call me an e-bagger because they're jealous. They're like, this guy's famous enough that people give him money for doing live streams. And the whole time I did that live stream, I did not ask for a single donation. I offered my merchandise and my Tactical Soap plug, and people still gave me money with my super chat. So that's also greatly appreciated. If I'm just sitting here saying, give me your money, that's one thing. That's totally begging for it. But if I'm offering a service in exchange, that's called a business exchange. And that's something these haters don't realize. Is I offer my magic, my rapping skills, my merchandise, my Tactical Soap plug, my wand business. I do several things to make money. And instead of figuring out their own hustle, they're just like, you know what, I'm going to be jealous and talk shit on Cobra because that's way easier. In the several years you've wasted talking shit on me, I've literally found a way to make money doing my thing, and all the while gotten more subscribers as a result. While you're sitting there talking smack, I'm getting more famous on YouTube. It just shows you how pathetic my trolls are. I think it's quite funny. The more shit they talk, the more famous I become. So I tend to think that my haters are literally my biggest supporters. This Cobra shirt, though, kicks ass. Like, it's one of my favorite shirts to wear. It's a medium, so it hugs the biceps quite nicely. And I felt like earlier the live stream I made was perfect. The guitar video I just uploaded, fuck yes. It's a great way to keep that content flowing. Then one of my fans called me while I was on live stream, and he bought some of the Bond tactical soap for himself, and he's liking it. He's liking what it's doing for him. In the ladies department, women say he smells good. That's one thing I never get tired of. I'll walk by a woman. Every woman I walk by that's of age is just like, that goth cowboy smells good. And that kind of boosts my confidence. I wear tactical soap because I have Asperger's, and sometimes I have confidence issues with the ladies. Although I find that that's happening less and less, because even before I started wearing tactical soap, women would notice me, and I was too stupid to see it. But wearing the tactical soap, I love the way it smells, and on top of that, when every woman I walk by says I smell good, it's a confidence booster, I'm not gonna lie, It's like wearing a wingman on your skin. The best part about tactical soap, it's all natural, and it's made 100% in the US of A. And because people know I rock tactical soap and support that company 100%, they're gonna sit there and try to troll me by talking shit or, what have you. So you gotta roll with the punches, If you're gonna be an affiliate for a company. Now, believe it or not, the fan that was talking to me earlier said the shower commercial I made for tactical soap inspired him to buy some. And, maybe my bathroom wasn't like the cleanest when I filmed it, that commercial, but that's kind of what I was going for, because it gave the commercial a more natural feel. You see these commercials with the bathroom spotless, and it's just like, that's not real life. Real people, when they take showers, sometimes their bathroom's not the cleanest, but, And on top of that, tactical soap is naturally made, so I wanted the commercial to have a natural feel to it. Which, for the budget I was on, that commercial turned out decent. I'm all shredding guitar, drinking some booze, smoking a cigar. Like, hey, you guys, you want to buy some sweet soap? Check this out. Yeah. And the fans are digging the that slick back look that I'm going with as he takes off the hat, reaches for the comb. My hair is long enough that I can pull a rockabilly, greaser style hairdo. And yeah, I'm liking that. That's looking fresh. Now this is something I encourage anyone, really. You see how hard the trolls try to fuck with me? And how I rise above it and just keep making videos, and how I'm not afraid to be myself. Now when you got someone fucking with you like that, that's all you can do. Because nothing is gonna piss off your bullies more than being like, yeah, so that's your opinion. And people to troll me have talked shit on Tactical Soap, and I'm like, that's your opinion. The people I've talked to who use it, people who I've helped introduce it to, say they love it. Their wifey, their girlfriend, whoever loves the smell of it. So, there's that. There's that. Excuse me. And when people talk shit, they're just jealous. 9 times out of 10, unless the person, excuse me, unless the person they're talking shit on deserves it, and the shit they're talking is accurate, that's different. That's different. But even then, sometimes talking shit on the person, it's just not worth giving them the satisfaction of saying, hey, you know what, I'm acknowledging that person. If you truly dislike someone, then ignore them. Acknowledging their existence, there's a ton of people I don't like, and I could sit here and talk a bunch of shit and piss a lot of people off, but at the end of the day, that's all it's going to do is piss people off, and people will be like, you know what, Cobra's an asshole. Doesn't do me any good, so I'm just like, you know what, sometimes keeping your mouth shut's the best policy you're going to have. Sometimes keeping your opinions to yourself and your mouth shut and just watching the fireworks go off is the best way to handle life's situations. Nobody wants to hear they're a hypocrite. Nobody wants to hear I told you so, but then again, that's just how it is sometimes. I used to stress dating a lot. I used to get real depressed because I was single. And it took a couple months of personal growth for me to get over it. But honestly, I feel 1,000 times better about being single than I first did originally. And that's because I'm looking at the dating scene a lot differently. Based off of the positive response I get from the female sex, I go, how the fuck am I single? And at this point, I'm like, if I am, that's their loss, not mine. Yeah. And that's the best way to look at it, because I have a lot of attractive qualities that women look for in the dating scene. And patience is a goddamn virtue. Believe me, when it comes to dating, patience is a virtue. If you're more focused on making that money than you are on getting laid, you'll get a lot more respect from women, because they'll be like, you know what, that's refreshing to find a guy who's more obsessed with making money and treating women right than he is on getting laid. Guarantee you, women are going to be like, yeah, why can't more men be like you? And that's the fucking truth. I'll drink to that. Men are sick and tired of women complaining about them. Stop giving them shit to complain about. Women are sick and tired of men complaining about them. Same answer. Stop giving them shit to complain about. And you know, you don't have to pay some therapist $100 an hour to hear that. That's free advice, plus the cost of your internet. No, Dr. Cobra is going to tell it like it is. And you know, people ask me, what gives you the authoritative to give advice on women and dating? You haven't had a girlfriend in almost 3 years. Because I hang out with females, and because I know a thing or two. And you want to figure out how women think, listen to what they complain about, listen to what they joke about. A lot of it is very similar to men, and to the point where it's just like, oh fuck. I was hanging out with some females the other day. It was me plus 3 other females hanging out in a room. You would have had to have been there to get the context of the situation. But to put it into perspective, one of the females was sitting there. She was tired, so she's, of course, doing this number. And then another female cracks the joke, what kind of date rape drugs are you on? And then this other female cracks a joke and says, well, the only one that would be getting raped in here would be Josh. Keep in mind that 2 of the females are married, but out of the 2 that are married and both of them have kids, but one of them hasn't had sex in 10 years. And then the 3rd female hasn't had sex and longer than that. So it makes my dry spell look like bullshit in comparison. And at first I'm like, okay, so women can make jokes about men getting raped and nobody sees offense, but you make a joke about women getting raped and everyone just loses their shit. And here's the best part of it. Another female that I'm friends with, I helped get her guitar out of pawn and get him fixed so she could play him with her boyfriend, who's currently sick. And she's whining because she hasn't had sex with him in a couple days or what have you. And then she looked at me and she goes, I don't know how you do it, Josh. I got respect for that, man. What are you talking about? She goes, I don't know how you put up with your dry spell. And I'm like, wait, you have someone. I haven't had someone in years. I don't want to hear about your dry spell. But I'm like, no, I'm not going to be a dick like that. Just hear what she has to say and agree with her. You know, sometimes that's how you got to be with women, you know. But when I talked to her about what these other chicks were saying about how they were making jokes about male rape and how politically incorrect it would be if you made jokes about women in that situation, you know, instead of being like, Josh, you're right, she goes, oh, what, you're saying women can't take jokes? And I'm like, that's not what I was implying. Where the fuck did you get that? Oh my God. And then I'm sitting there going, and then she says, don't make assumptions about women. I wasn't trying to make assumptions about women, but here's the best part. That same chick then says, all men are huge pussies when they get sick. Because her boyfriend's sick, and of course, he's got influenza or some shit like that, which he'll get over it in a couple of days, but right now that's just part of dating, you know. When you're dating someone you haven't dated before and they get sick, spontaneous of the moment, you get to see what it's really like. Personally speaking, and this is what I told her, all women are bitches when they get their periods, so what's your point? You want to sit there and make all these stereotypes after you just got done telling me that same shit? That's rich.
Okay.
She didn't get pissed at me. She didn't anything. She was like, and she's still my friend to this day. She's just, and she's just like, oh yeah, that's a fair point, but... And I'm like, this is what I told her. I said, one time when my girlfriend had her period, she whined and she groaned and she complained and moaned. She asked for, my girlfriend at the time asked for foot massages, neck rubs, back rubs, you name it. And I gave it to her without any question. I didn't bitch or complain. I did my boyfriend duty and I did it with pride, knowing that I could make my woman feel better in her time of need. That was more important than anything at that moment. Yeah. And then, of course, I said to her, I says, this chick that I speak of, this other chick, this young woman, I says, when I get sick, I don't be a pussy about it. I suck it up and deal with it, because when society expects men to be the tougher sex, that's just how it is. When women get their periods and they want massages and they bitch and they complain because of how much it hurts, we all sympathize with them, right? It's something their body can't help, it just happens. But when men get sick and it kicks the crap out of them, when men get the flu and it just kicks them in the balls and they complain about it, we get told, suck it up, you pussy, it's just a flu. Now women talk about how they want to be treated just like men. No, you don't. You want more gender equality. If you got treated just like men, you would fucking hate it. Next time you're on one of your worst periods ever and someone says, quit being a cunt and suck it up, you pussy, it's just a period, you would fucking hate it. And fellas, for 1 second, could you imagine bleeding out of your asshole once a month, wanting to get some pussy, but you couldn't get hard, and your balls hurt, you got fat and bloated, and all you did was sit on the couch and drink beer and watch Home Improvement and bitch about the guys you fucking hate? That'd be like the male equivalent of having a period. The thing of it is, YouTube, is both genders need to be a bit more sympathetic towards each other instead of comparing sob stories. Because I hear this crap from men and women all the time. Well, you don't know the half of what men go through, or you don't know the half of what women go through. It's just this pissing contest. Truth be told, both genders go through some crap. Because both genders go through some crap, both genders deal with a lot of shit. Oh, I need a beer. That's what I need. 1 second. I'm just saying that women need to be a little bit more grateful. You know? You punch a guy in the balls and people find it funny. They're like, that's comedic relief. You punch a woman in her cooch and people look at you like you're a fucking monster. They're just like, wait, what? Why did you do that, you fucking asshole? Jeez. You're gonna call me a sexist asshole for saying it, but the reason why men are told you're not allowed to hit women, not only is it wrong, but it's because men are the tougher sex. Because men are the tougher sex, they're expected to be tougher and protect the woman, and etc., etc. You want to call me a sexist for saying it, but do you see a unisex UFC league? Go ahead, I'll wait. Not trying to be an ass, but that's a fair point. You see men beating the shit out of men, you see women beating the shit out of women in the UFC, but you don't see vice versa. That doesn't mean shit though, because there are some real pussy men And there are some bad women out there, man. Ooh-wee. Ronda Rousey is a bad bitch, man. I'm just saying. No, that's no disrespect. I'm just telling it like it is. And you know what? I hate the fact that just because men are the tougher gender, they automatically expected to be tougher. You're not allowed to show emotion, which creates a double standard in itself. The fact that if a woman's emotional, nobody questions it. Oh, you're just an overly emotional female. But if men are emotional, we get called pussies. Huh? No. Fuck that. Oh, when women find out that men can be just as emotional, it scares them. When men find out that women can be just as tough, it intimidates them. That's the fucking truth. But the fact that women's haircuts, the fact that women's clothes cost more than a man's haircut and a man's clothes, the fact that women athletes get paid less than their male counterpart just because women's sports is watched less is complete horse crap. It's sexist, is what it is. If I'm going to watch football, I'd rather watch lingerie football. I thank you. Which some women might argue that lingerie football is degrading to women. But you know, with women, half the time you can't win. If you told women they couldn't play football, period, unintentional joke. But if you told women they couldn't play football at all, they call you a sexist. But you allow them to play football, whether it's lingerie football or regular football. Ugh. To some degree, you're gonna get bitched at. That's just how it is. It's, you know, you can't please everybody. Take a look at the word gynecologist. It's a female doctor, but the word guy is in it. That's some real sexist crap right there. Ugh. Now here's the thing of it. Sometimes people just don't know what they want. And there's nothing wrong with that, YouTube. That's totally understandable. But communication's a two-way street, you know. If guys don't make an effort to listen and women don't make an effort to be more direct with their communication, then nobody's going to listen and it's going to continue to be a problem. Ew. Yuppers. I'm telling you right now, YouTube, the two biggest things couples fight about are sex and money. The two biggest things that couples fight about are sex and money. Which, when you break it down, it's stupid. Because sex should be for adult couples who are consenting It should be a way for adults to grow closer to one another, both spiritually, mentally, and physically. Giving a part of yourself to someone else. Fighting over money is stupid because both genders are capable of going out and working. Women have more rights than they've ever had, so women can go out and make a living too. But the reason why women will ask their man for more money is because sometimes women don't get paid the same, and sometimes their shit costs more money. And it's horse crap. So maybe if women got paid the same, and maybe if their stuff costs less money or the same as men's stuff, then maybe it wouldn't be an issue. There's a thought. That's just my opinion, YouTube, and you can agree or disagree. That's totally up to you. But, I'm liking my hair tonight. That shit's looking good. Looking like a rockabilly rock star. Yo. I do get a chuckle out of my trolls, though they are quite pathetic. Their hatred for me is only going to make me more famous on YouTube. And that's the kicker of it, man. That's the goddamn kicker of it. Yeah. But anyways, YouTube, thank you for watching the night video. I'm going to polish this cup of beer off and leave you with it. Anyways, tubes, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you cool cobras on the next one.